Travis from RZE has sent out this brand new watch. It's the Endeavour 2023 edition, and they're very different. Well, when I say different, the actual dials are textured. They mimic certain glacier destinations, and there's also different colorways. But that's not the only change that they've done on this watch. A huge improvement is that clasp. They've now featured an on-the-fly adjustment clasp. That is brilliant. And I've actually spoken to quite a few people who actually have these watches. The Endeavour, the RZE, Resolute, Valor, what have you, the titanium watches. You see, these things have a hardness coating of 1200 Vickers. And most of the people, in fact all of the people that I've spoken to, have all said the same thing. 1 or 2 years into ownership, and these things are flawless. There's no marks on them. So as daily wearers, as something that designed to be for a tool specific, this particular one dive style watch, they're very strong and very robust. And the proof is in the pudding, because even myself owning a couple of these watches, 6 to 12 months later, there's no marks on them. And I use them everywhere. In fact, one of them I hit with a shovel. Accidentally, of course. Now you saw the pop-up. RZE has sponsored this video, so I'll leave all the links in the description. And looking at the colorways, looking at their website, you can see there's several different colorways with these new glacier style dials. They all have their own unique look and vibe, so get on there guys, have a look for yourselves. If you're keen on a watch like this, there's quite a bit of nice texture coming off those dials. And just recently I reviewed Storm's new watch. That too has quite a bit of texture in those dials from the landscape. And I think a lot of micro brands are starting to take inspiration from Grand Seiko. Because when I look at dials like this, the first thing that comes to mind is Grand Seiko. And Grand Seiko is not only the leaders, they've also mastered the art of textured landscape dials. Now looking at the specs of this watch, I measure 40.3mm with a case height of 12.5. The lug to lug is 45.8 with a lug width of 20mm. Now the crown is a 7.3mm signed screw down crown. It's got fantastic knurling, it's surrounded by crown guards, and the watch offers 200 meters of water resistance. And the total weight sized to my 18cm wrist on this bracelet comes in at exactly 108 grams. The footprint coming at just over 40mm, it's sitting beautifully. Being titanium, this is so light. It's such a pleasure on the wrist. The height, 12.5mm, again a no-brainer. And the comfort has been really good, especially now that they actually offer an on-the-fly adjustment. That is a welcome addition, and I think they're pretty much going to incorporate that in all their watches from now on in. Wonderful. So throughout the week it's been a great experience. It's been real easy on the eyes, real easy to read. The weight at 108 grams for a bracelet on a watch is pretty much negligible and so enjoyable. And looking closely at that bracelet, it features female end links that drop straight down. As you can see, they're quick release. You got screw pins, fully milled swivel and clasp, locks in. You got twin triggers to release it, and just looking underneath the actual clasp, as you can see, you press that button and you got about 8mm of micro adjustability. I've had such an enjoyable experience with this on my wrist all week. It's what these watches have been screaming for, and it's great to see that they're starting to incorporate them. Now getting back to that dial, as you can see the texture, it plays differently in different lighting scenarios, and they've even colour matched the date wheel at 3 o'clock. And powering the Endeavour is the Seiko NH35 Series 2. Choosing a movement like the Seiko, I think you're going to have no issues with shock resistance as well as reliability. Also, the sapphire crystal on these particular watches are fantastic. The AR coating does a fantastic job. I've had no washout. All of the RZE watches, I think, as far as crystals and AR coatings are concerned, they're on a winner. Lastly, if we look at the lume of the watch, it features Superluminova C3 and BGW9. Like the original Endeavour, it's doing a fantastic job. So if you've got the original or if you've had experience with RZE, you know their lume. Very impressive and very evenly applied. Now before I get onto my gripes of this watch, what I think potentially could have been changed, let me show you the prices. Looking at their website, you can see that the watch itself on a Hexaflex rubber strap comes in at exactly $399, and on these bracelets at $499. But they've also got the option, you can also get it on the bracelet as well as the rubber strap, coming at $549. Now that these bracelets have got that on-the-fly adjustment, gee, it's a no-brainer. Now let's talk about a couple of the gripes of this watch. And first and foremost, some people might complain it's got the NH35, maybe they could have used a high beat Miyota. But I suppose trying to keep a watch in a particular price point, I think Travis with RZE, they've done very well, especially the fact that this got a 1200 HV hardness coating, quick release end links on that bracelet, screw pins, on the fly adjustment, fantastic crown. There's not really much to complain regarding price and what you're getting as a finalized product. Another gripe, and this is my personal dislike, that date wheel, I don't mind that at the 3, but I do mind the fact that there's no lume plot opposite. It would have been nice to be balanced, because when you turn the lights off and look at the lume, there is nothing at the 3 o'clock. It would have been nice just to have something there, or alternatively, as my personal preference, no date version altogether. Cleaner look, and you get to enjoy more of that dial. And that's pretty much it as far as my gripes, because everything is really well made on this. Even the bezel being a titanium bezel and getting such nice refinement, I can't complain. There's just a little bit of back play, as is normal, but the actual functionality is really nice. So in that department, well done. Let me know what you guys think about this. It's the new 2023 RZE Endeavour. They feature the Glacier dials. There's several colorways. For me, the pick of the bunch is probably that white one, potentially black, potentially blue. Look, they're all nice. Have a look, see what you guys think. As far as everything else on this watch, it's pretty much remained the same. The design hasn't changed, and I don't think you have to change it. If you look at that case back, solid, clean, the design of the actual case with the drilled lugs, everything works. So if it works and it works well, there's no need to change it. They've only basically upgraded certain areas that needed attention, and one of those was that clasp. And again, that is wonderful. So thanks again for watching the new RZE Endeavour 2023. Let me know your thoughts of these new dials. What do you think? All the new colorways. A bit of fun, a bit of color, adding some character in there. I think these are going to find joy on quite a few wrists. Thanks again, be well and safe, and we'll see you all in the next video.